And we are on Virgo. Virgo. Greetings and salutations, my friends. You are most welcome here. I would like to start by apologizing that I have not uploaded since July, but let's just say that my energy was not quite right for reading. I have since relocated and I am capable of reading again. If you click on the description box below, it will explain the placements of each card as well as the significance of the spread. And here we are with your hopes, fears, and reality reading. This is interesting. In your hopes, we have the Ace of Cups. Whenever I get the Ace of Cups, so stop me if you've heard this, if you've seen my channel before, aces are about high potential and low resolution, meaning that in order to embrace all the potential or kinetic energy of a particular embodiment, you must process it through a framework in order to make it something. Okay? So high potential, low resolution. It could be anything, but it is nothing yet. So here we're talking about the Ace of Cups, and the cups can represent emotions. It can also represent your essence, your particular energy. Okay? So you are overflowing with energy right now. You are overflowing with a certain emotion right now. And you have to process it through a framework. Okay? It looks to me like the framework that you have to process it through involves somebody else, because the Nine of Cups in the inverse can be codependency. Okay. Now, everybody harps on codependency. Sometimes we do need to lean on somebody for a short period of time. If you have to lean on somebody forever, well, yes, that's a very toxic situation. But sometimes you have to reach out to and lean on a friend. The same way sometimes friends ask you for help. Okay. So you are hoping to take all of what you have and lean on somebody for a small moment in time in order to become independent in this process again. You are hoping to ask a friend for help. It sounds simple. You're hoping to ask a friend for assistance. But for somebody as independent as yourself, it really isn't that simple, is it? If it was, it wouldn't have come up in a tarot card reading, I'll tell you that much. Fear. You fear that, how do I put this? Who you are and what you know is solid. But you fear that reaching out to somebody else for assistance will expose a certain vulnerability that will make your independence seem like a facade. Even though you know you're a very independent person. But this moment of need makes you feel vulnerable. And expressing vulnerability, you don't like expressing vulnerability because you fear what people will think. Okay? You fear that people will leave or walk away if you aren't strong all the time. You know, if you aren't fiercely independent, you feel like people cling on to you because you know the answers, you have the answers, you work through the problems, you this, that, you troubleshoot. You're the one everybody comes to for help. So when you need help, you're afraid of expressing that vulnerability because you feel like people will turn their back on you if you aren't the one who knows it all or can fix it all. Ouch. The reality of the situation is, without asking for the assistance you need, you're losing the potential for resources. And you're not communicating what you need. So you're losing the foresight of what could be. So when I talk about resources, and these are both pentacles here, so we're dealing with resources. Resources can be actual wealth. It can be health. But it can also be about time management. And as a subset of time management, who you spend your time with can either be beneficial or sacrificial, right? So in your reality, you're holding back communication in regards to what it is you need. And in the process, you're draining yourself of those resources. So if you have an emotional need, you're only making the problem worse. If it's a financial need, you're bleeding out money or something of the sort, and you don't know how to fix the situation. Do you see what I mean? If this is about who you're spending your time with, well, either you're not spending your time with people who are uplifting and invigorating and actually serve your highest good, or you're spending all of your time with somebody who drains you of both health and wealth and time. Needless to say, you're stuck in an energy that you know is not serving your highest good. You have a page and a knight here. This particular knight is holding what they know is worth something. But where are they bringing it to? And this particular page is constantly gathering information, but doesn't know what to do with it. So what this tells me is you're lacking a particular direction. Okay? So maybe the help that you need is just simply advice. And maybe the vulnerability that you fear exposing is why you have such a hard time asking for this advice, because you would have to tell a whole story and share a whole bunch of emotion. You want the assistance of somebody who knows nothing of the situation. You want a fresh set of eyes who's not emotionally involved, so you can get an honest answer. But the problem is you then have to expose your feelings, your doubts, your fears. So here you are stuck, holding all your energy and emotion in front of you and gathering information and going nowhere with it. Why do I say you're going nowhere with it? Because the card of action, the Eight of Wands, the card of movement and communication, is in the inverse. Really, Virgo, is it that hard to ask for help? Seems like you have a lot to think about. You're in over your head and you want a neutral opinion. Why is that so bad? And if you're like every Virgo I've ever met, you've helped everybody in your life. Why wouldn't other people want to help you? But I guess you have to get over your own ego and your own pride. You have to express your vulnerability to somebody at some point in order to get the help or the assistance or the different viewpoint that you need. But I'm not you. I can't say why that's so hard. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next time.